Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel where we talk about the problems and come up with a solution. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of topics just because there's been so much going on and I really just want to touch on a lot of different things. So this will not be a single subject video. This will be, I will be talking about multiple subjects. So let's go ahead and start with, we'll get the hard one out of the way. And this has to do with Etika, the YouTuber who committed. And so this is going to be a touchy subject. If it's triggering for you, I just suggest you guys just fast forward through this part. So Etika was a YouTuber in the gaming community, but he also had a lot of mental issues, and there were not a lot of people that took them very serious. Especially people online. I cannot speak for the people that, that were in his life, in real life. But basically towards the end of his life, he started talking a lot about, like being the Antichrist and being God and life is a simulation. And it sounded like he was having like hallucinations. And I'm not here to diagnose him with anything, but that's just what it sounded like. It just sounded like he was having like hallucinations and he just was not in his right frame of mind. Now, the biggest thing is once something happened to Etika, once he disappeared, he went missing, Keemstar, who we know is a huge YouTuber, Keemstar was tweeting things that insinuated that it was just a joke and this, that, and the other. Once the cops got involved and it became very serious because Etika did post a last video, that all of a sudden that's when Keem was like, oh my gosh, like, oh, this is real. And he pretended like he cared. And I understand that there are some trolls out there that do things for clout and for views, but you can't just assume that everybody is out for clout. You can't do that. And right now it just seems like a lot of people are dealing with different types of mental illness, and instead of getting the help that they need, it's like social media is kind of where people run to. And it was really sad, like the way that it was just handled from Keemstar from beginning to end. And a lot of people are saying like, it's your fault, Keem, it's your fault. And I'm not saying that it is solely the fault of Keemstar, but I do believe that Keem pushed him in a way to where like Etika felt like maybe he was not mentally ill, and maybe, I don't know, but Keem definitely had a role in what happened. And I'm glad that he did a live stream and sent Etika's mom money. It ended up being like a fundraiser. And so, that part is cool, but Keem just needs to just reel it in, because who knows what else could happen, Keem had Etika on his channel and basically told him like, if you really think life is a simulation, then just off yourself, like go jump off a cliff. That didn't help. Neither did calling him weak. There's a difference between mental illness and trolling, and Etika was not trolling, and I felt like all the signs were there, especially as he was in a mental hospital not even a month before he had passed away. So yeah, it's upsetting, and we just need to take mental illness more serious, and mental illness is a thing no matter what Keemstar says. Okay, so the next topic is these Kardashians. So Kim Kardashian came out with a bodysuit spank type thing and had the nerve to call it Kimono. Like, why is it so hard for the Kardashians to not be problematic? I don't know if I've ever talked about the Kardashians on my channel, but it's like they do so many off the wall things that it shouldn't even be surprising. But honestly, like, what was she thinking? And who else was in line with it when they were like, yeah, this is a good idea? this is a good idea. How come she couldn't just keep her brand, like KKW shapewear or whatever? I don't understand why she had to be as dramatic as she was. And then the nerve to try to get it trademarked. If that's not the epitome of cultural appropriation, I don't know what is. And I'm gonna reach because that's what I do. But it's funny how this, if you guys don't know, like a kimono it's a cultural Japanese robe, wear, whatever. But it is a cultural thing. And this shapewear literally looks nothing like a kimono, so I don't understand what her thought process was. But that's besides the point. But it's funny how this right here, how everybody agrees was cultural appropriation. But when Kylie did her boxer braids and all the black people were screaming this is cultural appropriation, anybody can wear the braids they want. Anybody can wear braids the way they want to. Anybody. That's fine. Kylie can wear her hair in cornrows, but don't act like if Black Betty wore some cornrows to anywhere, she wouldn't be considered ghetto. But because Kylie did it, it's trendy. That's the appropriation. And then she called them boxer braids. Like, first of all the Kardashians do is just appropriate culture. Like, let's be completely honest. But she went as far as to try to trademark the name Kimono, which I think the trademark wasn't going to be just the name, but I think it was like the spelling, or not the spelling, but the font that was used or something like that. But it got so serious that the president of Japan wrote a note, a letter, a certified letter to Kim Kardashian begging her not to do this. The problem, cultural appropriation. The solution, don't appropriate culture. And another solution, if somebody tells you that it's offensive to their culture, then believe them. So the next Kardashian that I want to talk about is Clarenthal. Do you guys know that Khloe Kardashian had the audacity to call Jordyn Woods fat? Honey, you bought your body 3 days ago. And not only did you buy your body, but aren't you body positive, and don't you try to get women to lose weight? So here you are shaming a whole ass person. You called her fat. Like, if you were a regular schmegular person, honey, Khloe, Clarenthal, you'd be fat too. Like, let's just be honest. Nothing wrong with being fat, but you can't call people fat if you're body positive, and you just can't. Let's just stop calling people fat, or let's stop calling people bony if you think they're too skinny, or stop calling them anorexic if you think they're too skinny. Like, let's just stop body shaming people. If that doesn't prove that they are like the most shallow people, then I don't know what that proves. So the problem, Clarenthal calling Jordyn fat. The solution, stop calling people fat. Oh, and Kim is not going to name, because of all the backlash, Kim is not going to be naming her clothing company, shapewear, whatever, Kimono. She put out this BS apology. I'll put the screenshot somewhere up here. Anything for clout, I guess. Anything for clout. So last thing I want to talk about is this nasty ass little girl who had the audacity to break open some ice cream, lick it, and then put it back in the freezer. Why are people like this? Like, who thinks of doing things like that? Literally, it was like, oh, that's anything for views. Anything for views. But like, it backfired on her so bad, because number one, she's always going to be known as, oh, aren't you the girl that licked the ice cream and then put it back? There's that. And what she doesn't realize is, like, there are a lot of unhealthy people that have like autoimmune disorders, and she just spread her germs all over that ice cream, and then somebody can like eat that ice cream and die from it, or, you know, get severely ill from it or something. So joke's on her. And I mean, I know a lot of people are screaming like, lock her up, this, that, and the other. I don't think it's a jailable offense, but I do think that she needs to serve something. She needs to pay some fines. She needs to do some community service. Maybe she needs to volunteer at places where people are sick, and, you know, like, she does need to be educated. It's disgusting. I mean, if she's a felon, because I'm pretty sure those are the rumors that I heard, saying that like she's now a felon for tampering with food or something like that. That's fine. I don't think she needs to spend time in prison. But like, if she's a felon, then she's a felon. I don't know what else to say. And I shouldn't feel bad for her, and nobody should feel bad for her, because who does that? Like, who does things like that? I don't know how old she is, but she's not 3, and it wasn't her home. It's a grocery store. And then somebody said she had the flu. Like that's not okay. Then this other woman by the name of Ashley, Alyssa, Grace, I don't know, she decided to do the same thing, but she claimed it was a joke, and she purchased the ice cream. But again, she licked it, closed it, put it back into the freezer. Okay, now everything else in that freezer can be contaminated. That's the problem. And she's like, well, it was a joke because I purchased the ice cream. Then she went on Instagram Live and did this whole PSA about how she was just spreading awareness about the ice cream licking. Spreading awareness. If you wanted to spread awareness, just make a video talking about it. You didn't have to do what she did. Like, it's pretty obvious what she did. Everybody has seen the video. You didn't have to recreate what she did to prove a point. Like, that literally makes no sense at all. But I think she did it for clout, because she's like Instagram famous. She bought her body, you know, like, there's just a lot of things that she just does for clout in anyways. But she has like 1 million followers on Instagram, so I don't know why she felt that she had to do this on top of the fact that she already has 1 million subscribers or followers or whatever. So, but again, anything for clout. Like, nobody can just be themselves and make it anymore. Like, there always has to be something going on. But that's another topic for another day. So that's my video for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Do not forget to click subscribe and also the little bell so that you're notified every time I post a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.